Hey, what is going on, guys? It's SpotTheOzzie here with Season 2 of Motorsport Manager, and this time we are getting right into the nitty-gritty of the season, starting off with our first race. There have been a number of changes in the off-season, including the livery, the drivers, the car performance. We actually have a decent car, we've got good mechanics behind it. We've done a good setup for both of our drivers coming into this race. I'm just looking at right now how I want to set this up, given that it's going to start raining about lap 1 onwards. So I'm thinking we can get away with super softs. I've been able to wheel and deal a good setup during our practice sessions. So the fueling options, I'm thinking we go down to about 5 laps of fuel max, and we run a really high strategy, because I feel like we're going to have to come in for intermediates very early, and we are starting all the way back in 18th and 20th at the start of the season. The grid is set automatically for us. I'm going to do that with both drivers except for Ahmed, if that's his name. I'm going to start his strategy with one less lap of fuel, so we can come in 1 lap early. I really hope he can put out the early sprint and we can make the most of a good start. As you can see, I've got his setup in the window to 97% optimum. So this is going to be a really good season. Our car is still a little bit nifty to the rest of the field, but I'm excited. And here we go. We are actually going to start our first lap within the first 30 seconds of the video. Like I said, if you want to watch the rest of the series as we do it, be sure to subscribe. I'm going to be doing this whole series from race 1 all the way through to race 10, taking you through my journey as we make adjustments, staff changes, scouting. We've got our headquarters being built to do better cars, and this is the grid at the moment. Who is your bet? Who is your bet who's going to win the first race? We have Evans on pole, Valdez, Antonov, Costa, Diaz, Strambi, Sadat, who was really competitive last season, Venenen, Gatto, Shah, Gerard, Anna, Mello, John Strotter, Tyler, Turfuis, Calvacanti, Wood, Rogers, and then there's us. So we are going to get straight into this season. By the way, the reliability of the cars when you start a new season is actually very low, because they just come straight out of the schedule of 11 laps when the new design of the car comes out. You can go and check in the design of our last video, in the last video of the last season, just to see how that works. And at the moment, we've got a terrible start. Wood and Delatov is back in 19th and 20th, so we are coming last. Our goal, of course, is to come in the top 2 for our sponsorship target of $2.2 million pounds. At the moment, we're not doing anything. We're not going anywhere. We're running less fuel as a bit of a strategy. Now, technically, we can come in early. If I'm going to watch this rain scale, I want to see how it goes in terms of temperature-wise. Now, as for who's going to set the pace, I'm going to tell Wood as a team order to allow a teammate through, because Delatov is our go-to driver. He's currently made his way up. Wood's been able to follow Delatov up the order. And, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a slow race for us, I think. We could even come in early, get a bit of free air, and race that way. But the track, in terms of tyres, aren't in that optimum window. If it was a little bit more wet, it'd be perfect for intermediates. We'll probably do what the rest of the field does and hopefully jump a few people during a pit stop. I might even decide to come in 1 lap early for everyone. Let's see what Delatov does in terms of his performance. He'll have to come in the next lap, given his fuel situation and that we're burning it up as fast as we possibly can. That's part of our strategy. He's going to cross the line with 1.3. He's up in a 16th, so he is making ground. It's just happening pretty slowly. I'm going to put him to high, and I'm going to pit him now. We are going to go to intermediates. It looks like it's going to sit in there. If you look at the dampness of the track, it does look like it might stay in that weather, although I am pretty keen to go to... Let's go with intermediates. I'm going to make a call, and let's fill it up for only 6 laps. But you know what? Let's go 10, because the tyres can take that long. No, let's go shorter, because if it starts to dry out, we're going to be in trouble. So 6 laps, I think, is plenty. strategy. I'm going to go fast strategy, so when he comes in, looking at the components, there's nothing worth fixing right now. We're going to get him to come in now. As for Wood, back in 19th. Still not doing much. Delatova's making moves. He's up in a 14th spot, so he is actually on the move. He's on the prowl. He's taking him one by one. He is coming up pretty fast at the moment. It'll be interesting to see what the data in the times for the first 3 laps. Let's see what he does when he gets some clean air. I feel like he's going to be a completely different person, and we might see him getting in the clean air and being able to make a couple of jumps. Let's see what the next couple of laps are going to do in terms of weather. See, I think this is the right move. This is going to be the winning strategy. You just wait and see. Sit tight. Everyone, a couple of people are coming in. Are we going to be able to jump them? That is what we want to see. Let's see how we go. We only refueled to 7 laps. Actually, we only wanted 6, but it's gone to 7. There's a glitch in the field at the moment. That's right. Good and good stop. That's what we want. Where are we going to come out? Where are we going to come out? We're going to come out in front of the entire field. That was a great stop for us. We actually have a really good pit stop staff roster, and that's what makes the difference. When you are last in the grid and you pit with the field, and you come out strong like that, that pays dividends. So let's now put our tyres to medium. Let's go to push. He is pulling away from the field. Ooh. Did I tell him to go on the pits yet? Did he go in? He is going to have to come in very shortly for Wood. Let's go to intermediates as well. Fueling options. I want you to go the entire A laps. I feel like you can do it. There's not much point fixing to 64%. Let's just keep running. I don't want to add 15 seconds just yet. I feel like you'll be alright. I'm just going to put my phone on charge because it made that little beeping sound as we're going around. Where is my charger? Where are my dragons? It's got to be here somewhere for us. My girlfriend will call me mid-race, I think, to ask for a lift. Hold that phone. I'm going to pause. Okay, we are back after that. I just want to check everything that's happening. So, Wood is on low fuel. He is coming in the pits as we speak. Oh my god! Delatova's crashed? Wow, look at his car. It's going to need a lot of fixing. I can't believe that. Can you? He was looking really strong. So at the moment, we are starting off this season in a really bad spot. I feel like we can race Wood on that and then maybe pit him next time. It's only 4 laps in. Everyone's going to have reliability issues. Okay. Let's just keep playing. Let's see. We're just going to have to be watching Wood right now to see what he does. 4 new tyres. 8 fuels laps. Change it to medium, change it to medium. Well, I guess the only good thing about that is that we can get him to drive in fast mode as we're only watching his race at the moment. So, Wood. On the prowl, we're going to keep ignoring that. Sorry, Woody. That's what we're going to have to do. That's part of the start of the season when all the reliability parts aren't working well with the car. Let's just see on this normal strategy how far we can push it. We want to push as long as it's going to get wet. Wow, and it is going to dry out so soon. Let's see if it picks up. What is our weather gauge telling us? Lap 9, it is going to dry out. I'm going to get him to push and put him in overtake mode. He's back in a 17th already, so he's really not gaining anything. And in 2 laps, I'm going to get him to come in. The rest of the field has stayed out on dries. He's moved up the top. That goes to show, now that it's wet, he's able to make a couple of plays. So he's up in a 12th. He's going to try and get into 11th. Can we make the most of this? 1 more lap until it goes completely dry, and then we're going to be in a bit of trouble on these tyres. That's alright. Let's see what he can do with it. So, Amanda Callity has had a mechanical issue and had to retire, so we move up to 9th. If we go out and dries, we're going to absolutely slow down. Come on, go around him! Yeah, there we go. Let's pit. That's it. We're going to have to pit. Do I want to? Nah, I want to keep going. 30%. Actually, you know what? It's not worth it. Let's just do that. While you're there, let's look at our options. Can we push out our tank to 8 laps? If we do that, he should have enough fuel. If we go to conservative mode, I don't really want to do that, do I? Softs. You know? Let's just go to 5. Softs again, and we're going to do this in 2 stops now. Look at the time differences. He did a 130 on the intermediates. Anyway. That's our only option. Let's not. Let's just run this and see what happens. I want to see if it actually caused the car to blow straight away. I know it's in that window. I just can't see the benefit of retiring so early. We will get both cars on the front of the grid for the next race if that's the case. Unfortunately missing out for our huge bonus, but I'm willing to take that risk. I still can't believe it. This is our first race of the season and Dallas have crashes in a really good spot as well. I don't know. It's a tough game sometimes, you know. Tough life being a motorsport manager, but I haven't had anyone else crash until now. Go figure. So Wood's currently on the prowl. He's coming up behind. Who's he on? Into 7th position. Passes Rogers with ease. I want to ignore that. I am gonna have to bring him in next stop and fix these, I believe. If we just want to finish. Just keep ignoring it, keep ignoring it. It's not happening. If I cover my ears, I just can't hear the problems of this car. You gotta remember, guys, if I pit, it puts us out of this race. It will put us back all the way down here more. How far are we behind Gerard? 31 seconds. How do they have such a commanding lead? Nah, we shouldn't. I'm gonna have to bring him in this lap though. What's the condition? 13, 15%. Wow, this is looking like a disaster for us. What was that noise? Just had some weird noises around the house, you know, that creaking sensation that you usually get. We're down to 6 laps of fuel. I don't want to pit for him. What is going to happen if it's at 0? Does the car blow up? Let's do that. Let's see how long that lasts. 6 laps. Tire choice. Bang. On the softs again. How's the weather forecast? It might even rain again. This has been a disastrous race. I can't even focus at the moment. What is it going to do? Watch that forecast. Watch that forecast. It's going to keep getting wetter. I'm already in. We'll be right. We're still in the 3rd spot. After that pit stop. Alice Wood retires. That's it. Both cars are out. I had no option. Like, if we pit, we lose. If we pit, we lose. And you put 30 seconds of, you know, work on the car, and we would have gone back. Although in saying that, I reckon a few of them would have done the same thing anyway and rolled backwards, but we'll have to wait and see. That's been a terrible race. I am going to fast forward all the way to the end, you guys, so you don't have to watch this. This is This has been a disaster first race of our season. Well, before I do fast forward, look at this. Stramby. Mechanical issues. Antonov. Mechanical issues. Gerard. Mechanical issues. John Stotter. Doesn't have a mechanical issue. Tyler. Mechanical issue. So, not a mechanical issue. Antonov. As you can see, Gatto. Half the field is running with a mechanical issue at the start of the season. That's because as the cars roll out of their new design, we had 11 days to the race start, so you couldn't fix the reliability of the parts that just came out. I don't know. I think it makes it great in terms of like realism, so I think they should leave that in there. I think a few people are going to complain, but I think that's great for the game. Anyway, this race is about to finish. We will finish this race off as a matter of fact because it is fast forwarded. I'm interested to see who wins, what the gap is. Stramby with those 4 stops. Who's his teammate? Is it Costa? Yep, it's Costa. So that's the team that dropped this year. You know how we have Garuda Racing last season that went up? This is the team that came last in their division and now is the prime team in this division. So he's finished waiting for 1 car to go. So Stramby, Dreyfus, John Stutter, Tyler, Gerard, Antonov, Costa, Mello, Center, and Vennen, and Rogers, El Sadat, Valdez, Evans, DNF, us. So we're going to start, instead of 18th and 20th next race, we're going to start 1st and 3rd. Not bad, considering. I will say this, thanks very much for tuning in, guys. Let's have a look at our times. See, Wood had a good car. The fastest time of the race was 1 second ahead, but everyone else were doing it in the same times. Tyre selection, commentary feed. Evans is out of fuel. This person does that. Standings. We are coming last. By how many points? Ozo Motorsport? Who is that? Tyler and John Stoddard, really? We're coming last by 33 points. This is going to be one of those championships. Don't worry, guys. Tune in next time. We're going to be a lot more competitive. I will get the car back in the window. Don't you worry about that. Hit that subscribe button to check out episode 2, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Come on, baby. Come on.